Welcome to a new Trendrisk video, and in this video we will see a trade, a demo trade on, but explain the technique on GBP Australian dollar. So as you can see, I'm having three charts open. One is the weekly charts, one is the daily charts, and one is the 4-hour charts. I'm using the daily, the weekly, and the daily to get trend direction, and I use the 4-hour charts to get the timing of entrance of the trade. So if we can start from the weekly, you can see that the trend is really a downtrend. Again, I repeat, the trend risk trend indicator needs three consecutive close below one of the tip up or tip down level to invert direction, and for the weekly it can take some times. So here you see that even though the trend was down, it just reverted at around 190 192 193 level. Anyway, from 193 to 177 still is a lot of space and a lot of ticks that it went down. So the first thing you can see is a downtrend on the weekly, confirm. You can see the daily here, it turned around 2002 and 2 plus 200, and you know, the weekly for sure it's a slower time, a higher smaller time frame, so it's faster. On the daily you can see that the trend is completely down. Actually, this is a very good example of a strong trend, and how well Trendrisk track the trend. You know, you have the first leg, you had here to test a tip up. You can see here that this tip up, which are the trend inversion point, I mean, if it breaks here on the daily, you could have a inversion. It's coincident with the tip center on the weekly. The tip center is act as a resistance in a strong trend, and is where the demand and the offer are in equilibrium. So from this small correction, not small, another legs come down, and you can see here on the daily that all these days are below tip down. That means from trend risk viewpoint, a strong downtrend. Psychology is very bearish. So some days ago correction started, and given the fact that it is a very big downtrend, there is always, not always, most of the time, the possibilities that the correction will not be very strong and the downtrend will resume. So I went to the 4-hour chart, and even though the 4-hour chart turned bullish, I had two time frame, higher time frame, which I get direction, the trend is down, and I start to see that you know, this level 180 was a strong resistance. Here we had a convergence of tip 1 hour and tip 4 hours, and I thought this is a really good short opportunity on a long-term trend, and so I shorted around at 179.20. Stop is always 100 pips. I did not change my stop now. I repeat, these are demo trade, but I'm testing this new technique on trends, and they will be promoting production as soon as I get good results, and which they are happening now. And you see now the trend is the first trade is good. I put the target here at the last target on the 4-hour chart, 172.82. So it's around actually 6.5 figure with 101 figure of risk. It's a really good risk reward trade. But you could even go, if you want to do a longer term trade, to the target on the daily, which is below 165. So we could use you know, correction, which will happen on the shorter time frame, to adapt the position. So it's then up to you if you want to get 6 figure or try to go for the longer term. So in this way, we are using basically the two time frame. This can be used for any instruments on the trend risk. I mean, on the quotes. I mean, you can use any currencies, and look at the weekly trend, which is very strong, daily trend, and using the 4-hour as timing and point to come in.